In today's Vikram Online Biz video, we are showcasing remote backup whereby you get continuous data protection with R1 Soft. Now, this comes to you from eUKhost, and one of the defining factors is the cost. Because in terms of the cost, what we find is that this is easily one of the most valuable in terms of best value for money. For instance, starting off with say just 25 GB of space, which is probably required by you, it could be a very small business. In that instance, all you pay on a monthly basis is £5, that too including VAT. Same on a quarterly basis would be £15, and on a yearly basis would be £60. So obviously, when you stretch things whereby you pay in a quarter or in a year annually, then you save. Likewise, you can use this point to increase storage as per your requirement, because obviously 50 or 100 GB would also be a very small requirement. In all likelihood, you would require more. So let's look at a more reasonable requirement which most businesses are likely to have. Let's say 500 GB. 500 GB would be a reasonable amount of storage space which a lot of businesses are likely to require and be sufficient for them. On a monthly basis, that works out to £35 including VAT. On a quarterly basis, that's £105. And on a yearly basis, that's £420. So once again, of course, on a quarterly or yearly basis, you end up saving vis-a-vis the monthly option. So that's something which we want to share. See, always bear in mind that whether it's a business website or a small personal blog, backups are absolutely critical, because you never know when disaster strikes and when things are lost. You don't want that to happen, and that's where these kind of backup solutions prove absolutely priceless. And let's look at see some of the advantages of this particular backup option. Firstly, it's very easy to use, because see, the technology in this instance is proven beyond the slightest hint of doubt, and it can easily completely manage your website's backup solutions. So that's something which you want to definitely make the most of. Further, it's very high as far as performance is concerned, whereby you can actually reduce your backup windows from hours to practically minutes. And you can also improve recovery point objectives by replicating your data to disk based archive storage up to every 15 minutes. Next advantage is the fact that there's multi-point replication, so that you can make multiple backup replicas of your servers both on-site and off-site. Further, there's data retention policy. What happens here is that you can essentially define a backup replication goal and say it could be every 15 minutes, an hour, 4 hours, whatever it is. Once you've done that, then you can define how many recovery points you need to retain. Then it's also multi-platform. So the platform itself doesn't matter. It's independent of that. So whether we are talking about Ubuntu, whether we are talking about Red Hat, Debian, SUSE, CentOS, Windows Server, it doesn't matter. It also supports VMware, Zen Server, Parallels Cloud, Microsoft SQL Server, MariaDB, Microsoft Exchange, the works practically. So across platform, this will work seamlessly. And then there's also the advantage of industrial strength storage. So what you get is essentially very solid storage for your backup and archiving. You can in fact archive up to 64 terabytes of recovery points per disk. And then there's also bare metal restore, whereby it is essentially a high performance alternative to file by file restoration. So that by if you bypass this entire file system and stream blocks directly to the disk, the restoration of large file systems can be performed far more easily. So these are all the advantages as far as this particular backup option is concerned. So we've showcased the advantages as well as the extremely good value for money as far as cost is concerned and the benefits that you're getting. So therefore, we do recommend this. The direct link to this page is there in the description of this video. You can easily make the most of it by getting onto the same page yourself and then choosing the particular remote backup that you need and clicking on order now. So do make the most of it. That's what we wanted to share in today's video.